I welcome thee to a random video. I want to talk about Scene, reflect on the Scene campaign, talk about what happens in Scene. So first thoughts, what do I think about Scene? Terrible creature, terrible. Get this thing away from me. Terrible. Nah, actual thoughts, Scene was super cool, dude. Super cool. I'll just put a summary of Scene first of all. At the very start, Scene is found in the white fluid, unable to ascend. The white worm is like, wrong karma symbol, bro. Wrong karma symbol. And kicks Scene out of the void. The void juice. The primordial ooze. And Scene wakes up. And the first thing you see is snow. Lots and lots of snow. Which made me think it's like, oh, Scene is in a totally different area. A brand new continent. A total different iterator. Oh, it's much worse. Much worse. Oh yeah, there's spoilers. It's gonna be spoilers, beware. Spoilers. Oh man. Immediately, as soon as you wake, you're freezing. There's no rain at all. Instead, you're freezing to death. You have to stay warm by keeping lanterns. Heat source. Bodies are a heat source. Lanterns are a heat source. But it's okay. It's a totally different continent is what I thought. No. Much worse. It's the same exact place. The place you awaken in. Excuse me, my camera tracking is going unseen. Insane. Calm down, sir. The place you wake up in is called Wind-Swept Spires. It's supposed to be sky islands. Soft snow. Warm glow. Dude, I can't believe I feel so cold in real life. It's warm outside. And then slowly you notice, as you play more and more, it's Sky Islands. Or it used to be called Sky Islands 5,000 years ago. I don't know how long it was ago. Sometime past, clearly. If the old names have been totally forgotten, wiped from history. The place unrecognizable to new creatures. Calling it Windswept Spires instead of Sky Islands. Terrible. Well, that's the start of Scene, and that's when I felt super sad. Cause the entire world seems grim and dying. Life reducing. Less and less life being there. Oh man. Turns out this happens to all the places. Every single place you knew, gone, forgotten, has a brand new name. But then you learn to survive in the world. Learn to find heat sources, learn to find food, learn to grapple buggo around a Scene, which has insane grapple buggo movement. It's like grapple buggo 2.0. Scene is grapple buggo 2.0. You make it to pebbles. I make it to pebbles. And pebbles. Oh, pebbles. The entire structure's collapsed. A lot of people feel like Pebbles deserves to suffer, deserves to die. I felt so terrible. I was so close, my eyes swelling up with tears, so close to crying. Pebbles was just alone, listening, freezing to death, having lost every single neuron he had, and shivering, and listening to his music pearl that he started listening to when he was starting to die. The music pearl, a hymn of Metropolis. The citizens of Metropolis used to listen to it. City of the ancients, which are long gone. And something about the pearl starting to break down makes it so much more sad for me as well. Like it's the only thing he's got left. And even that, the only source of comfort that he's been listening to, day by day, starting to break down as well. No, cursed. I'm glad he's alive still. Hey, Pebbles. No. Oh man, that is cursed. Poor Pebbles. Thank you. Dear God. And the way he talks, he can still talk. He's still sentient. He's still conscious. Despite losing all his neurons, he's still there. He warns you of danger. He warns you not to stay in the blizzard, in the breeze. He recognizes you, is able to describe you, green, fluffy creature. Oh man. But the way he talks is like a toddler, like a baby, a child, which makes it so much worse as well. Makes it feel so much more sad. Poor little baby Pebbles. Now Pebbles did make a lot of mistakes, caused quite the trouble. But the way I feel empathy for Pebbles. I can't feel mad at him. He did drown Moon. He did. That's bad. But there's... How do I describe this without seeming psycho or like a pure villain? Pebbles was... I feel like Pebbles didn't like his life from the very start. He was forced to become a slave from the very, very start, as soon as he was created by the ancients. Like, his pure life is being a puzzle solver, trying to solve the puzzle, which I'm sure he was kind of okay with though. That is until the ancients died. You're trying to solve a puzzle. Iterate, over and over. There's nothing else you can do but iterate, work on the puzzle. The only other option is to do nothing. Sit still and do nothing. It's prison. It's punishment, there's nothing good about that. And your whole purpose is gone. The reason they even exist, the iterators, is to solve the puzzle on how to ascend for the ancients, the creators of the iterators. The ancients are gone, all of them. Not a single one remains. There's no one to solve the puzzle for anymore. You're solving it for a dead species. And they can't solve the puzzle of ascending for themselves. There's a big taboo written in their code, written into their structure, genetics. They can't die. They have to live. They have to solve their puzzle. An iterator called Unparalleled Innocence sent an overseer into Pebbles and took pictures of Pebbles and exposed Pebbles having the rot. Exposed Pebbles to all the other iterators. Likely, I'm sure, for a good reason. To help Pebbles, I bet. At least it would make sense. So I understand them. But I also understand how Pebbles took that. Shame. The iterators still feel emotion. Can get wrecked by emotions. Pebbles was wrecked by emotions. He felt a lot of shame. He was asking other iterators for advice, like 7 red suns. But the advice he's been given, it's sort of like What else can you do? Keep on working. Nothing else you can do. Just gotta suck it up type of advice, which makes you feel misunderstood. It almost feels like taunting, especially if you're suffering as much as Pebbles, already struggling with emotions. So he cut himself off from the whole entire network. The reason he has the rod is because he tried to ascend. Sliver of straw. Send out a triple affirmative signal. The puzzle has been solved. And Pebbles figured out how to do that. He got an instruction pearl on how to. You slowly override your system by applying heat to some sort of cells, but you're supposed to do it super slow, over a long period of time. But Pebbles being impatient, he started doing it with a lot of cells, I'm sure. And the more you use, the harder it gets to control. And I'm sure it went out of control. He managed to create rogue cells, which became cancerous and turned into the rot, the long-legged creatures you see inside of Pebbles. Yeah, that's what Umbrella Innocence took pictures of. But yeah, Pebbles drowns Moon, which is horrible. Big Sister Moon, who was trying to help him, could have stopped him. She could have forcefully stopped him, but she was trying to talk him out of it. And then Pebbles causes Moon to drown, which, terrible. But there's an upside, because it did prevent the rot that Pebbles has from spreading to Moon. Because both the structures were connected. Moon and Pebbles were connected, and the rot could have easily spread. So that's one upside, but clearly what he's done is still terrible. He did kill Moon. Moon does happen to be fine again, which is wonderful. Wonderful. Moon eventually does forgive Pebbles as well, over a long period of time. So if even Moon is able to forgive Pebbles, I can't feel bad for Pebbles either. She's the main victim. She and himself are the victim of him, and Moon was able to forgive him. I'm sure she also wishes him the best. So, GG it is. You meet Pebbles, you meet Moon. Moon seems to be okay, but eventually she's gonna meet the same exact fate. She's gonna die very slowly, like Pebbles is dying right now as well, bound to suffer a very, very slow death. Grim, scary world. But, plot twist out of nowhere. Saint plot twist. You get all the echoes, and getting all the echoes somehow causes something different to happen this time. For the first time, you don't just get max karma, you gain Super Saiyan mode. You gain superpowers, a mind gun, able to ascend any creature that you shoot with your mind. Now that's quite the fucking power, especially as a being that doesn't even eat flesh, like he's trying to be perfect. Saint is trying to be a saint, I think, to ascend again. Instead he gets superpowers, the superpower to kill any single being he wants to, by focusing his mind. Oh, that's something. Well, I make it to Pebbles, but I'll make it to Moon first of all, where I want to test my superpower after ascending a bunch of beings on the way, having them be at peace. Be at peace. Be at peace. Be at peace. A saint flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. Be at peace. Be at peace. Having the beings be at peace for eternity. That's the kindest slug cutters. Most harmless slug cut turned to mass murderer. I test the power on Moon. I cause Moon to ascend. It's just a test. I wanna see how it's like. But I exit the game. Reload. So Moon shouldn't be dead. For real? I come back, she's dead for real. Ascending a creature ascends it across time and space. Forever. Boone dead. Boone ascended. I felt horrible. Then I make it to Pebbles. I stay with Pebbles for a little bit. Give him comfort before boom. Boom. Dead. Gone. I felt so sad for Pebbles even then. But I felt good about the solution. I was able to ascend Pebbles. I am the solution. Which is fucking awesome. Pebbles doesn't have to suffer ever again. Well, that was the sad ending of Saint. Terrible sad ending. I kill a couple more creatures. Help them get to heaven or nirvana, nothingness. And then it's over. A grim, sad story of Saint, who managed to help the iterators. Like, kill them, have them be erased, have them be the same as if they've never been born in the first place. Gone. Time to ascend as well. It seems to be the whole mission that I was going for. It seems to be why Saint was so kind. Why he tried to avoid doing harm. Do no harm was his motto. Avoid eating meat. Not even a bat he wanted to harm. So, surely he wasn't a selfish mission to ascend himself. Well, I go to Subterranean. I go past Subterranean. I plan to go to where the Guardians are. And I end up in hell. Pure hell. The hell is all gone. Why is it all gone? What the hell? I was gonna kill the Guardians. Oh shit. The entire... all is being swallowed by the white fluid. That is so huge. Of a chasm. Yeah, I think the entire planet is gonna collapse into the white fluid eventually, given enough time. Damn. Max karma? I do have. Wow! Rubicon. What the hell? I found a brand new structure. And what? Rubicon. Rubicon. The ancient forgotten land of Rubicon. No soul has made it out of Rubicon before. I think Rubicon is where ascended creatures end up in. Which means they don't get erased at all. But they seem to be outside of the cycle still. So you get to meet Pebbles and Moon again. After having epic boss fights, boss battles against the Guardians. Against the Guardians who still guard the lost, forgotten city of Rubicon. Rubicon reminds me of Lost Carcosa, which also is a very ominous sounding place. Lost Carcosa. The Yellow King, a disturbing, very weird story. Here's how the poem goes. Along the shore, the cloud waves break. The twin suns sink behind the lake. The shadows lengthen in Carcosa. Strange is the night, where black stars rise, and strange moons circle through the skies. But stranger still is Lost Carcosa. Songs that the Hyades shall sing, where flap the tatters of the king, must die unheard in dim Carcosa. Song of my soul, my voice is dead. Lay thou unsung, as tears unshed shall dry and die in Lost Carcosa. It feels like that, but Rubicon instead. Because apparently no one has made it out of Rubicon before, from what I understand. But Rubicon still has a name. Like Lost Carcosa is the same way. I think it's death. And no one has made it out of Lost Carcosa. But there's a poem about it. And the Rubicon has a title name. It's called Someone Named it Rubicon before. It makes me imagine that the ancients, or the ancient ancients, the very ancients before the last ancients, somehow managed to find out about Rubicon and named it Rubicon. Their goal, either to get to Rubicon or to avoid Rubicon. But something tells me with the Guardians being at Rubicon that they figured out Rubicon exists. They named Rubicon. Rubicon. And put Guardians there somehow. To guard the city of Rubicon. It's outside the cycles. Outside of time. Well, in a Rubicon, you meet Pebbles and Moon. They're just fine. That's quite the fucking plot twist. They feel happy but are like, furry Schlaggercat. They are all sentient, by the way, and they're together. I've heard if you only ascend one of the iterators, though, they have different dialogue and are alone there. So it seems like the place is real then. I pretty much tell Saint, so this is the solution, but nobody has made it out of here before. Cause it's impossible. It's death, you can't. Like the very definition of death is you're out. You can't get back in. The very definition of ascension is you've escaped the cycles, you're gone. Which is why you, Saint, should wake up again. Spread the message. And Saint listens to that. He swims up the white fluid, which I don't remember ever crossing. Somehow I've crossed the white fluid, which is a little bit creepy. You start swimming back out. A white worm appears to judge you. You're probably, I think at this point you're ready to ascend. The white worm judges you in the past. Told you, no ascend, wrong karma symbol. Next. This time he would have told you, correct karma symbol, I'll bring you to your destination. Come with me. Instead, Saint, mind gun powers. Dead. Headshot murder. He kills the white worm. He ascends the white worm. Erases the white worm. Swims out. Turns into an echo. Wild. Terrible creature. But then, I thought I would feel bad for Saint, thinking he'll be stuck in eternity as an echo. But he wakes up again, repeating the same cycle. Wakes up at the very start. But what I imagine is gonna happen is that he learned, that he regained the knowledge, that he's able to spread the message this time, that he came back willingly to talk of Rubicon, to tell people about the solution. And that is very, very Saint-like. That is very not selfish. He could have ascended himself. Saint could have ended the suffering. Instead, he chose to come back after Moon and Pebbles tell him it's an option. That is cool. But so, I feel wonderful about Saint. Cute, fluffy little thing. Terrible creature. No, good creature. Saint, Saint deserves the title of Saint. It was quite the roller coaster. Quite the roller coaster of a ride. So yeah, Saint, one of the best campaigns ever. That was so good. It played with my emotions so much. And in the end, I was left curious, very curious, thoughtful, and happy. Happy. And there's still things I'm left questioning about the Rubicon specifically. Rubicon. What the hell is Rubicon? What's the matter with your head? What's the matter with Rubicon? The name alone intrigues me so much. But there's like so much mystery about it. End of talk. End of talk. Okay, I just wanted to ramble about Saint. Sayonara, Slightly out.